you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you're fine, wanna have a good time, then like, comment, and subscribe. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. I'm here to do a score review and highlight video of, as you read by the title, this year's World's Perfect Pageant. As most of you know, I actually went back. So this is my second year with the World's Perfect, and I have quite a lot to say. But first, I would not like to start this video off with you guys not knowing anything. So I will let you watch my competitions. Some might be in poor quality. I apologize in advance for that. I wanted to get this video out. So I just, I have a couple screen records that my friends took of me. Sadly, not all of them are in like the best of quality. So please bear with me. But nevertheless, let you go to the video.
Natasha, how would you promote the World's Perfect organization as a national title holder?
For the past 12 years, I've done fashion shoots in Puerto Rico, France, London, walked the runways in New York, Miami, LA, just to name a few, and been published in over 24 magazines, all while promoting diversity and inclusion in the modeling industry. With World's Perfect, a pageant that has been defining modeling for the past 15 years, together we can make an impact. Together we are empowered, and trust me, together we will be perfect. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Natasha Coleman Ball. Mid-Atlantic's Perfect Miss, model number 295. She has been working in this industry for 12 years. She'd like to be the face of World's Perfect, to speak about inclusion and diversity and young women following their dreams. Spotlight on Natasha. Model number 295, Natasha Coleman Ball. Thank you, Natasha.
Please help me welcome New England. Mid-Atlantic's Perfect Miss, Natasha Coleman Ball. Model number 295, Natasha Coleman Ball. Thank you, Natasha. Next up to the runway, please. One more time for model number 294, Kentucky's Perfect Miss, Jordan Crozier. Thank you, Jordan. One step closer to the crown. She is Mid-Atlantic's Perfect Miss, Natasha Coleman Ball. She is killing it on the runway as Perfect Miss, Natasha Coleman Ball. Final spotlight, she is Mid-Atlantic. Thank you, Natasha.
Let's hear it for New England's most beautiful miss, Ashley Small. Ladies, you may model out. Mrs. You may now alternate sides. Our first spotlight begins with Mid-Atlantic's Perfect Miss. She is Natasha Coleman. Representing the state of New York, let's hear it for New York.
I did that, didn't I? I did that. A little pat on the back for me. Okay, so I'm going to get into the logistics of these things. But I would first like to say that I did walk away with quite an amazing placement, in my opinion. Last year, I placed top 15 in the Miss Division. This year, I placed top 10 in the Miss Division. I am so very excited. I'm very proud of myself. This is like one of the highest placements I've had at an international pageant. So I am beyond stoked. And not only did I place top 10, I actually walked away with an international title. I want you guys to understand that walking away with an international title from World's Perfect is very, very prestigious, and only one person per age division gets this specific title. And it comes with this beautiful crown. Oh my gosh. I also got a scepter. Hold on. The best part about it. My banner. I walked away with the World's Perfect Miss Supermodel title. So it's different than getting it at States. States is just another, basically a placement in the top four. The last time I competed, it was the World's Perfect Miss of that regional, as well as the Fashionista, the Supermodel, and the Most Beautiful. So those are just like optional, not optional titles. Those are part of the top four, but the winner of the overall age division is the World's Perfect Miss of that region. And the other three titles are basically the other top four in that region. So it is basically like a first runner-up, second runner-up, third runner-up, but they have titles. And the international pageant, they are optionals, and only one person can win this optional. There are additional to the World's Perfect Miss title. However, you are now considered an national title holder with that system if you do win one of the optionals. Only one judge is judging this part, I believe. I was told that only one judge was judging this part. And the description of this optional basically is the model that made every single walk on stage count. You know, she really expressed herself, her flair, her personality, her modeling ability during this on stage competition. So this is judged while you're doing your preliminaries competition. So I walked away with the World's Perfect I'm over here trying to take a thumbnail. World's Perfect Miss title. So now we get that Supermodel title. Got that out the way. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right. So the first thing I like to comment about is that I want to give all the good stuff first. Now, here's the good stuff. One, of course, per usual, they put on a very, very great production. Bravo to them. Frank, you know, he's the choreographer, producer of the show, and he does an amazing job. They had the same DJ from last year, DJ Crazy Ace. He is such an amazing DJ. He always knows the right songs to play. They had wonderful hosts and stuff like that. So the whole entire production, the stage was longer and it was so much more exhilarating. I just enjoyed it. Like I said last year, it's just a great show and so much fun to be in. So they definitely know how to put on a good show. I really enjoyed myself at the pageant. That was great. Second thing is I saw diversity on the panel. Bravo. Bravo, because it is very, very important. Last year was one of the biggest issues was that I didn't see any diversity on the judges panel. This year, I saw diversity. I saw women of color. I saw older, younger. I saw males, females. I saw diversity in every age division. We all had different judges, but it was so much diversity on the panel. I could be really appreciative of that. And that was one of the things I was gravely appreciative, but like I was amazed. And it's like, it made me feel like that they listened, because there was a lot of complaints last year. It made me feel like the pageant system actually listened to what we were asking for. We was asking for more diversity on the panel, and they gave us that. So I'm very, very just happy to see that. So those are my, like, the pros of the pageant. So let's get into the stuff that made me a little bit questionable. First thing is something small, but I think it's very unprofessional, is that my name was constantly getting mispronounced. You know, my name is Natasha, and even on my official score report, it says Natasha. Even the host kept calling me Natasha. And I just felt like if you are really paying so much attention to your contestants, and since I'm a returning person, I feel like my name should not be constantly mispronounced, misspelled. I just think that's not really the best thing to do when it comes to making sure your contestants do feel like they're being, you know, valued for who they are. Like, who knows, like, it could have thrown me off personally. Before, you know, they announced your name, you're going on stage. Imagine, you know, if I wasn't quick on my feet, I would have been confused. Like, is this me? Are they talking about me? Having your name pronounced wrong can really throw off your mental, because it's the first thing that is said when you get on that stage. So I just really feel like, personally, it could have been a real big uh-oh for a contestant hearing her name pronounced wrong. So, and this happened to one of my friends last year. It was constantly being pronounced wrong. And I just think, even though it's something small, it can be big. Depending on the person, the contestant, they could really feel some type of way about it. Obviously, you know, I didn't let it bother me, because, you know, I'm still going to slay the stage. But overall, it could have been something that could have been avoided. And just, I advise them to always check the pronunciation of people's names before they go on stage. At Miss Maryland USA, the host purposely went and formed a line of girls whose name she pronounced wrong during rehearsal, so she can make sure that she got it right during the final show. That is something they need to incorporate in the pageant, because I think that can be avoided completely. So they should really pay more attention to the grave details when it comes to things like that. That's my first concern. My second concern, you know, I really enjoy the system. I enjoy the people. So I don't want to say anything that's too disheartening. Like I said, this is all just constructive criticism, but there's still a lot of talk, you know, and talk is cheap. And sometimes rumors are spread, and it can really ruin a reputation. And sometimes it's not the pageant's fault. It's not the pageant's fault that someone said something, and next you know it is being in a whole conspiracy theory when it involves the system. But that being said, there has been talk about it being political and being rigged. So my thoughts on that. I'm not going to completely say I agree with that the winners are predetermined, or that the people are rigged, because sometimes they have people come in and they compete for years, 6 or 7 years at a time, and they don't win, and they have some people come in on their first year and they take it all home. This can happen at any system. Everyone knows that I competed in National American Miss for 6 years before I won the state pageant. And I don't think it was rigged at all. I think it just happened to be me being growing into myself and who I wanted to display to other people. But also, this is not the first time this has been said about this system. This system has so much potential to be very fulfilling for young men and young women. And I really think that reputation is very, very important. And even if I don't believe about this scenario, other people might, and it can drive them away. So what can we do to prevent that from happening? Well, I would say that you have to treat everybody fairly behind the scenes. There are people that are getting a little bit more publicity and a little bit more exposure as regional title holders than other regional title holders. And I think that sometimes that favoritism can make people believe that something is rigged, not fair, or political. And it's all about perception to me. I believe that perception is what makes people convincing. It would make people convincing. And there's been times that I might thought that, oh, they're posting this particular person a lot. Maybe it says something. Maybe she's going to win, this and that. Or sometimes I see someone that didn't do that well on stage, but still managed to place higher than people I felt like should have placed higher. And sometimes it's you know, it could be a judge's thing, and it just could be political. We don't know. But when there's favoritism being shown blatantly in front of people, it can do a lot to spread the rumors and ruin someone's reputation. Me personally, I feel like I experienced a lot of favoritism backstage, not towards me, but towards other contestants. And I think the staff and everyone needs to be careful. It doesn't matter to me how long you've known a contestant, how long you've watched a contestant. You could have seen them growing up, you could have seen them in diapers. But this is a business. This is an organization, and it's a business, and the customer is always right. And when I say that for us, is that nobody wants to feel disheartened. Nobody wants to feel like they're not good enough. Nobody wants to feel like they don't have a chance. And sometimes things that are being said to other contestants around other girls can make people feel that way. And no one likes that feeling, especially at a modeling-based pageant. So in my personal experience, and I've heard some things being said about other contestants that probably would have made me feel some type of way, made me feel like, you know, she had it in the bag. And it all has to do with the staff. You know, I just feel like you need to address bullying situations, because some people might take it as bullying. If they're more sensitive, or if they think that it's bullying, it could definitely go to a wrong direction. That is something I feel like they should really pay attention on, is the fact that some people are showing their favoritism a little bit too much. They can do it behind closed doors. They can do it behind the scenes, but they shouldn't do it around other contestants. That's a big, big, big deal for me. And if you're, especially if you're a high person in the pageant, like not like a director, but if you have big influence in the pageant and you have something to do with something in it, it doesn't matter if you're a choreographer, it doesn't matter if you're a staff, a hair and makeup artist, it doesn't matter. I feel like all people in this particular situation have a responsibility for making this system look good. If you're working for the system, you have a responsibility to uphold. So that's just my personal opinion on it. That's the real deal. Would I come back? To be honest, 8 out of 10 is an 80% chance that I will return to World's Perfect. The only reason why it's an 8 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10, is because, like I said, they put on a great show. I enjoyed myself. However, there's that slight doubt in my mind that I won't win because of political reasons. And that slight doubt can really be something very traumatic. You know, I'm giving my all. I just want to make sure that if I'm giving my all, my placement is of pure just talent and not of something political or rigged. So that's the only reason why it's an 80% chance. You know, I still enjoy the show. Just the production itself will probably urge me to come back, but until further notice, I am not 100% sure. So I do want to get into my scores really quickly before I wrap up this video. We get 2 sets of scores. We get a preliminary score and we get a final score. So even on my score report, my name is spelled wrong, okay? So that's another thing that irritates me. It's no I in Natasha. What is no Natasha? So I'm gonna start with my preliminary competition scores. Remember from last year, it's the same. It's actually the same concept. There are no comments. There's just strictly numbers. It's on a point system. So we're gonna start with Wower. in preliminary, my WowWear score was 32 out of 40. 32 out of 40. At that time, my ranking, I was tied for 5th place. So they're gonna rank you after each competition, what placement that you're in at that time. This is a great way to show me where I could have been stronger at after the competition. So I was tied for 5th place after WowWear. 32 out of 40 was my score. Then comes down to the swimsuit/summer wear score. I scored a 31 out of 40. And I was tied for 7th place at that time. So my placement going into the final preliminary was 7th place. And then lastly, my formal wear score was a 30 out of 40. And I was in 11th place going into the finals. Now, 30 out of 40 was my lowest score, and this was in formal wear. So my total score was a 93 out of 120. Average, my final ranking going into finals was tied for 7th place. Tied for 7th place. So from this score report, I made it into the top 10, barely, but I made it into the top 10. Do I agree with my scores? Obviously, I feel like I did the best I could do, but it's a judge's perspective. It's, it concerns me that, they didn't really enjoy my formal wear. It could have been the dress, could have been the walk. I don't think it was the walk. I think basically, it's a personal preference. I didn't have much of a flashy dress. I felt beautiful in the dress, and that's all that really matters. But, like they say, different set of judges, different day. It could have been you, But I'm going to go into the final score just real quickly. So now that I'm in the top 10, I got called for top 10. It's time for me to recompete in all areas of competition, starting with WowWear, going to swimwear, and going to evening wear. My WowWear score for finals was 35 out of 40. So I had a higher score in finals than I did in preliminaries. So that's interesting to me. It was a different question, but I still feel like I was delivering it the same. Yeah, I was like, it's kind of crazy because I think I messed this up. Semi-finalist competitions, preliminary competitions. Give me a second. Don't know why I had a brain fart. It happens. So, back what I was saying. My WowWear score was better in the semi-finalist competition than it was in the prelims. 35 out of 40. I was only 5 points away from a perfect score. And after that, I was ranked in 5th place, which I find it interesting because I was tied for 5th place in the prelims, but I was not tied in the WowWear, and I was still in 5th place, so which is good. I was consistent after WowWear. Now here's when it gets a little bit weird for me because I lost 2 points in the swimwear competition for the semifinals. My score was 29 out of 40, and I was tied for 8th place. And for some reason, my swimwear score was lower. I'm not sure why. I feel like I performed the same. I might have had a few nervous stumbles, which probably is the reason why I scored lower. So that's not too surprising. However, I feel like, tied for 8th place. I feel like maybe a 7th place, but 8th place, I guess. And then we go down to my formal wear score. My formal wear score actually went up. And I actually feel like I did do better in formal wear in the semifinals than I did in the prelims. My formal wear score went up 1 point, so I had a 31 out of 40. In my final ranking, I was in 9th place. So I actually went up 2 points on my total scores. I had 95 out of 120, and my final ranking was 8th place. So I was at the bottom of the barrel in the top 10. That's what I don't agree with. Personally, I feel like I should have been higher. Even if I didn't make top 5, I would have been like 6th or no, 6th. I feel like I should have been so close to the top 5, considering that I was more towards the bottom. kind of just throws me off a little bit. However, I'm still grateful for my placement, making top 10. I'm grateful for the fact that I, you know, won an international title. So I can't complain about it. I am satisfied with my performance. I feel like even though I didn't place, I did the best performance I've done since I've competed. And I'm happy with myself. But that's basically the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you guys are considering trying the system out, you know, I encourage it to give it a try, especially for models, people who are into modeling. It is a modeling-based pageant. Not saying that pageant girls can't do it, but if you're into modeling, this is like the system for you. Just, you know, find a regional near you, even contact the international director directly, and you know, just see where it goes. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you get notified every single time I post. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, home slice. Bye. Oh, stop it. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.